Hello everybody, my name is Etho. Welcome to the channel today, and this is going to be my Hylos tutorial. Someone requested this video, so it's going to be the first tutorial video that I do. If you have a request, put it down in the comments. If I play that hero, I will make a tutorial on it to the best of my ability. If I don't play that hero, I guess I'll have to start playing that hero so I can meet your request. However, we are talking about Hylos today. I'm going to go over his skills, going to go over my emblem set for him, going to go over my equipment for him, and I'm going to go over why every item I get is the item that I get. I'm going to explain my playstyle, and so on and so forth. Again, just so you know, you do not have to play like me. You do not have to watch this video. You do not have to listen to what I have to say. You can take everything I say with a grain of salt. And if you do, fuck you. You're stupid. You're just going to keep playing how you are, and you're not going to allow someone else to affect how you play. You're not going to let someone else affect you so you become a better player. Because everything that you do, yes, you might be doing good. You might be the global one Hylos in the world. However, there's still stuff you can learn. There's still timings, there's still numbers, and there's still so much that you can learn that not watching tutorials is really just going to be your downfall. You never know what you can learn, and you never know what you don't know. There you go. But I'm not a rapper. Anyway, so to start off, we're going to go with the emblem set. I use Magical Emblem, and if you have the... Okay, so I'm going to go as the attribute points are. So at level 15, you get your first point. Put it on energy. You want the extra mana because Hylos' passive gives him health based off of his mana. Now, when you get your second attribute point, you want to get energy absorption. Because when you're in a fight, whether it's a team fight or a 1v2 or 1v3 or 2v3 or however you want to do it, whenever you're in a fight, if you get a minion kill, which you probably will because you're going to have your second ability on, when you get a minion kill, that restores 2% of your HP and 3% of your mana. It is beautiful. I highly recommend do not get Magic Power Surge. Do not get Magic Power Surge. You do enough magic damage as it is, and with the equipment set that I have, you will be doing basically 2 stacks of magic damage every second. Again, I will explain as we go. When you get your third point, you want to put it back onto energy, and when you get your fourth point, you want to put it on awaken. Because you want the mana regen, because your mana is being sucked up by your second ability the entire time, and you want your mana levels high, so your health levels are high. And then the last 3 go all to flow, because you're going to be doing a lot of creep damage, you're going to be doing a lot of magic damage, and they won't know how strong you are until it's a little too late. Spells, I use Petrify. Just as an extra stun, and it's an AoE stun, so it stuns everyone around you. And if you're in a 2v5 or however many, and you need that extra 0.7 seconds, if you need that extra second of damage, just pop your Petrify, and it will take over, and you'll get your extra damage in. Equipment, I have 2 builds. I have my health build, which is this one down here, and then I have my anti-heal. And I will explain what instances to use anti-heal, but for the most part, I use this bottom build right here. Again, when I jump into a game, I'm going to jump into a custom game, but when I jump into a game, I will buy each item as I go, and I will explain why that item is the one that I buy. By the end of this build, this bottom build right here, you have roughly 1,500 health and almost 4,000 mana. So you're rocking it in the health section, and Hylos is an extremely bulky tank. He has ridiculous amounts of health. So we're going to go over to the hero real quick, and I'm going to go ability by ability. We're going to start with his passive, which, as I've said, each 1 max mana gain from equipments and emblems grant Hylos extra 1.5 health. So 1 health is 1 mana is 1.5 health, 2 mana, 2 mana is 3 health, 3 mana is 4.5 health, so on and so forth. It scales evenly. And then when mana is not enough, health can be used to cast skills instead. Again, with that 15k health, you're going to be having plenty of time to do your damage, and you're going to be set no matter what team fight you go into. Unless you're going against Leslie, because Leslie's stupid and Leslie's a broken character. Now, Law and Order. Here's your first ability. Is it? Yes. Okay, this is your first ability, and this is your stun. Stores nature's energy to lock down the target and deals 300 plus 80% total magic power, points of magic damage, and stuns for 1 second. I think when you reach level 6, it's a 2-second stun. Do not quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's a 2-second stun. But as you can see, the base damage increases, the cooldown increases, and it's just really strong. And if you're going in a 1v1, this ability will basically, on top of your second ability, this ability will basically kill them every single time. Ring of Punishment. This is where all your damage comes in. This is where you are just broken. This is where nothing can stop you unless you took too much and you can't handle it. Hylos releases the power of the centaurs to summon a ring of punishment. Every second dealing damage to surrounding enemies. 95 plus 20% total magic power, points of magic damage, and also stacks Warden's Fury. Here's where the creep damage kicks in. Every stack of Warden's Fury will reduce the enemy's movement speed by 6% and their attack speed by 5%. Enemies will also take 7.5% more damage from Ring of Punishment. When it's maxed out, it's 20% more damage from it. Warden's Fury can stack a maximum of 10 times. Ring of Punishment will continually use mana when it is active. This is your creep damage. This is where you are unparalleled in damage over time. Because it slows them down up to 30% and reduces their attack speed up to 50%. And enemies will also take 20% more damage from this ability at max level. At level 6, they are taking 20% more damage from this. So with them being slowed by 30%, their attack speed is reduced by 50%. They are taking ridiculous damage, and they're just not able to fight back well enough. Now, unless you're going against, if you can go into 1v2s and basically get out alive, you might have health variance, depends on if you went into a tower or not, yada yada yada. You can get out of 1v3s. 1v4s, 1v3s are a little but they're doable. 1v5s, don't risk it, in my opinion, unless you're going 1 by 1 by 1. Don't rush into 5 people instantly. If they're all grouped up, yes, you're doing a lot of damage, but they're doing a lot of damage coming to you because you have 5 different damage types coming towards you, and you have their stuns, their crowd control, their displacements, their immobilizes, and everything on you at once will trip you up, and it will ultimately be your downfall. Then you have his ult, which at max level is a 42-second cooldown, but with the build that I have, it's like a 38-second cooldown, so it's about 4 seconds. But every second counts. Movement's bonus at max level is 70%. HP regen is 5%, so you get 5% of your health every level. Hylos creates a pathway for 6 seconds. Hylos will heal percent of maximum health and be immune to slows while on the pathway. Allies moving towards the pathway will have their movement speed increased by however much percent. Enemies moving away from the pathway will have their movement speed reduced by 70%. So if you're running at someone and you have your 30% slow on them from your second ability, and you throw this down, they're basically not moving because that's 100% slow down on the movement speed. So I explained the emblem set, I explained the abilities, and it's time to explain the build. We're going to jump into a classic custom, because you'll get the gist of what I'm trying to say in here. I'm going to do a 3v5 to make it more challenging, to make it more fair, I guess you could say. Again, as Hylos, I take Petrify and the Hylos. I have it labeled as Hylos. If you want the numbers again, it's 201 on top, 300 on middle, and then 10 on the bottom. So, we're going to go into this match. As a Hylos, I basically always go top lane. I invade the goblin monster right there. If I'm lucky enough and I get over there in time, I take the 3 minions as well. Typically, when I go top lane, I'm with someone, so it's not as risky. In a classic match, you'll probably be able to get out okay, and You'll be fine. You'll get the minions. You can get the kills if possible. Alright, so, as I'm walking up, I'm going to try and do the invade thing. The first item you want to buy is Elegant Gem. You want to buy Elegant Gem as quickly as possible. And because the reason is, it gives you a base regen every time you level up. I'm going to grab these 3 minions. Just the 3 minions. Just the 3 minions. I'm going to grab the 3 minions. I'm going to grab the monster. And I'm going to get roughly 2.5 from this, if my estimates are correct. Or not quite 2.5. But you want Elegant Gem. If you can, you want it by level 3. Because then its passive will kick in really quickly. Its passive, for those of you that don't know, it regens 20% HP and mana within 2 seconds of leveling up. This is game-changing. This is ridiculous. It can be broken. There have been many instances where I've been pushed by, let's say, an Akai into a tower, and I was regenning my health faster than both the tower and Akai was dealing to me. I'm going to switch my target over to, oh, I didn't buy Elegant Gem. That was dumb. Alright, so there's Elegant Gem. Double kill. I'm going to wait for the minions, and then I'm going to go back to my base. But again, you want the Elegant Gem because of the passive regen, and then once you get the Elegant Gem, you get your boots. Now, for the boots, there are 2 options, in my opinion. There's technically 3 if you want to get the rapid boots, but there are 2 options, and listen to me as I explain this. You have the mana boots, which are the demon shoes. If I remember correctly, that's what they're called. Demon shoes. Where are they? Demon shoes. Or you can get the wizard boots. The wizard boots are going to be the assist boots. You get 80 gold, I believe it is, for every assist that you get. The choice is yours. Personally, I get the demon shoes, the mana regen boots, because of how often you have your second ability on, which is basically all the time. You're going to be dealing creep damage. You're going to need, you're going to need, let me stun you under tower real quick. You're going to need the damage. You're going to need the regen of your mana in order to keep it going, in order to keep your damage alive. As you can see, all you really need to do is just stand next to an enemy, and you're fine. Do not buy... Okay, that makes more sense. You don't want... Okay, that makes a whole lot more sense. Alright, so I bought it the wrong way. What you want to do is you want to go... So, if you copy this build, you want to go here first and prioritize this build. You don't want to go to Clock of Destiny and hit prioritize Clock of Destiny, because then you'll end up buying this. You don't want this yet, so I'm going to sell it so I can start getting my boots. Or so I can buy my boots. And then you want the Cursed Helmet. Because Cursed Helmet's passive is really good. You remember when I said earlier you'll have 2 ticks. What is Eudora doing? You'll have 2 ticks of magic damage because you'll have the 2 ticks. You'll have the 1 tick from your ability, and you'll have the ticks from Cursed Helmet, because Cursed Helmet does, I think it's 1.5 of their max HP as magic damage. So you're dealing that damage, and you're dealing your second ability damage, which is just, again, Hylos is probably the best creep damage hero in the game. Because, why is it doing this? I don't want to buy the full item. It should know that. There, now I'm prioritize the fucking helmet. Alright, so this is basically a mess up. What are you doing? Alright, so since nobody can do anything, I'm going to switch lanes, I guess. And hope Zhao goes mid, which he's not going to. Oh no, you knocked me up. I'm gonna give you up. Anyway, so you want to get Cursed Helmet as your next item because of its passive, and it's going to be doing damage with you as you're doing damage with your second ability. Again, as Hylos, all you're really doing is walking around. You're just a giant walking health bar, and you're doing damage that's just broken. It really is. After Cursed Helmet, you want to get Sky Guardian Helmet. It gives you 1550 HP and 100 HP regen. And then it has the regen of when you're out of combat. It has that regen, which is, I think, 1.5% hero total HP whenever you're out of combat. And it's just broken on Hylos because you have so much health. You don't need a recall. With the mana regen you have, when you're max level and your full build, you always have mana and you always have health because of the Sky Guardian helmet, because of the build that how the mana regen is in effect. It's ridiculous. Again, you have roughly a little over 1500 HP. You have a roughly 4k mana, and it's the passive. I don't know how to explain it because it's so strong. But yeah, it just is. And you can constantly go into 1v2s, as I just did, and just destroy. You can go into 1v3s and destroy. So, I'm going to keep explaining the build as I go. Sky Guardian Helmet. After Sky Guardian Helmet, you want to get Dominance Ice. This is where your armor kicks in. This is the only armor item that is in this build. And it has crit chance reduction. It has it has 5% crit chance reduction, if I remember that correctly. 500 mana, so you're getting 750 HP just from this item. And it's the 70 armor, so if you're going against a Leslie or someone who deals a lot of physical damage, you're going to be fine. I wonder if I can kill this Hilda, because, I mean, she's just gonna run. But I got a stun. But I'm not a rapper. I'm gonna go bot lane, since, no bots, for some reason, just can't defend. You'd think they'd be able to, but they can't. So, you get the Dominance Ice, and its passive is the, cooldown. You get passive cooldown, and you get the Arctic Cold, which slows down enemies even more, like, as if your slows weren't enough. So, creep damage king is definitely Hylos. And there's just nothing the enemy can do about it. Then you want to get your Dominance Ice. After Sky Guardian Helmet. After you get your Dominance Ice, you're gonna want that's when you want to get Clock of Destiny, because Clock of Destiny, Hylos is probably the best hero you can get Clock of Destiny on, and I'll explain why, as I always do. But I'm in a battle, and I got it. Anyway, Clock of Destiny. Its passive. Well, first let's go over its base stats: 60 magic power, 615 HP, and 600 mana. That 600 mana is 900 extra health. Broken. So you're getting roughly 1500 health from this item alone. And again, it's just broken. So I'm gonna get a triple kill. Well, maybe not a triple kill because of the timing. But you can go into battles and just be like unstoppable. I mean, this is a 16 kill game, 17 kill game. Yes, it's against bots, but I've done this before. Not of this caliber, but I've done it before in actual matches. I have plenty of Hylos games on my channel. I have plenty of Hylos MVP games on my channel. You would have to find them on your own, because I'm probably going to be too lazy to link them in the description.
I'll become stronger.
And as my game volume kicks in. Game volume is really iffy, so I'm just going to mute it. But Clock of Destiny, and those are just the base items. It does sadly get rid of Elegant Gem, but around this time you're going to be max level or close to it, and you have Sky Guardian Helmet now for your HP regen, so you are perfectly fine. Clock of Destiny, and again, those were just the base stats. Now let's go over Clock of Destiny's passive. Clock of Destiny's passive is every 30 seconds, it adds 30 HP and 5 magic power. What? Every 30 seconds, it adds 30 HP and 5 magic power. So, again, you're going to be doing a bunch of damage because you get the extra magic power, but you're also going to be getting a lot of extra health from this item. So, yeah, and it can stack up to 10 times. So there is a limit, which is upsetting, but if there wasn't a limit, it would be broken on Hylos. So it can stack up to 10 times. When you have a full 10 stacks, the hero will receive 300 mana, so you're getting 450 health, and 5% magic attack. So you're getting the even more damage, and you're getting even more mana and health. Again, broken. Hylos is probably, I don't want to say he's underrated, because there are a lot of people that know how strong he is. But he's definitely, I don't know how to put it, because there are people that say that Johnson's the better tank. In my opinion, no, Johnson's not the better tank. Hylos is the better tank. Hylos, in my opinion, is the best tank in the game. You can fight me on that. I'll fight you back, but yeah. So, for your last item, you want Immortal. With you having as much health as you have, again, right now I have 1440, but when I get the final 10 stacks of, Clock of Destiny, you have like just over 1500 health. So yeah, that's the original build. That's the health build as I have it labeled. Now, when to buy Necklace of Durance? And I'm going to say this with a heavy heart. Necklace of Durance will replace Clock of Destiny. Clock of Destiny is your magic attack item, and Necklace of Durance will replace it as your magic attack item. But it's not used for magic attack. No, you're using it for the regen reduction that it has. Which is, if you're walking around and you have your second ability on, anyone getting hit by that second ability, that when you have Necklace of Durance, anybody getting hit by that second ability, that Necklace of Durance ability passive will proc on them. So you can go into a massive team fight. No one else is going to need the Deadly Blade or Necklace of Durance on their own if you have a Hylos on your team. If you're walking in and you're keeping up with them the entire time, which shouldn't be an issue because they're basically slowed down to a standstill, or just thereabout, their regen is going to be reduced by half the entire time. I think it's half. Magic, Necklace of Durance, Life Drain, skill dealing damage. The target reduces the regen effect by 50% for 3 seconds. It doesn't have a cooldown, so it's basically on the entire time. And if they somehow manage to get out of the range of your ability, by that point you would just catch up again, and the stack is right back on there. Now, the iffy part about this is when to buy it. That is entirely up to you. That has to be decided in the moment. I can't tell you when to buy it. If you want to know my opinion, I buy it after I get Cursed Helmet. I want that extra damage from Cursed Helmet, and that's probably the best time to buy it. I'm gonna be completely honest. Triple kill, and I still have 75% health, and basically all in mana. I don't have 10 stacks yet, so I still have 14,552. But again, when you get your 10 stacks, you're going to have roughly 1,500 health. Or, yeah, 1,500? Math. Yeah, 1,500 health. Again, Necklace of Durance. You have to decide when to buy that. I'm not going to tell you when to buy that, because it depends. It's a decision you have to make in the moment, because of the fact it's different for every game. Since it is your magic attack item, maybe you want to be doing more damage earlier, because it also gives Spell Vamp, if you didn't see it. It also has something else, cooldown reduction. So again, it's up to you. Buy it whenever you think you need to. Again, you can copy the builds if you want. If you don't want to copy the builds, well, then that's fine. But I am a very aggressive... Now, I'm going to go switch over into the playstyle. I am an extremely aggressive tank player. I run in to 1v5s, or if I know that there's backup on the way. And I don't do it with just Hylos. I do it with just about every tank that I play. Why do I do it? One, I do it because I'm the tank. I'm supposed to initiate. I'm supposed to take the most damage on the team, and the thing is, I'm supposed to take all the abilities. That's what you want to do as a tank. That's what I do as a tank. I run in and I let everyone use their abilities on me, because I don't want them using them using their abilities on on my teammates. Because if that's the case, then my teammates are going to end up dying, and I ultimately fail at my job, which is to tank the damage, not just the basic attacks, but the abilities as well. If there's a Saber on the enemy team, I'm the one that needs to get knocked up. If there's a Ruby on the enemy team, she has to use her ult and her spin on me. So on and so forth. So, I'm going to be a very aggressive tank. I will run into 1v2s and 1v3s and 1v4s and 1v5s. I will run into 2v5s. I will run, if the enemy team is all really low health and I'm max health, guess what? My ass is running in there, because that is, one, savage potential with the tank, and two, I know I can do it. It's just how it is. Creep damage, and if you have Necklace of Durance, when you have Necklace of Durance, there's nothing they can do to beat you. Because their regen is low, because you have so much health, because they're so low, because they're slowed, because they can be stunned and just constantly take more damage, because you can catch up to them with your ult, because you have so many opportunities to make sure that they don't get away. Honestly, I'm always surprised when someone gets away from me whenever I'm playing Hylos. I don't even have my second ability on, and I'm still doing magic damage because of Cursed Helmet. Turn the second ability on, bam, dead. So I'm gonna end it here. Again, this was my Hylos tutorial. You don't have to listen to me. I highly advise that you do. There might be things in here that you didn't know, such as perhaps the Necklace of Durance and it taking taking effect with your second ability. Maybe you didn't know that. Maybe you did. Maybe I'm just being a complete fucking idiot. But again, it's every little bit of knowledge helps. If you didn't know it, now you do. If you did know it but you forgot about it, now you know it. Again, every bit of knowledge helps. So I'm going to end it here. If there is a hero that you want to see a tutorial of, leave it in the comments below. I will do my best to do that. I literally have all but 2 of the kills on my team. Don't expect your real matches to be that way, as your real match, you don't want to be the one that's fed. You want your allies to be fed. That's why maybe you want to go for wizard boots instead of the demon shoes, and that's completely up to you. Again, Necklace of Durance, if you're using an anti-heal build, you have to decide when to use that on your own. It's going to be chosen in the moment. Maybe your enemy doesn't have a bunch of lifesteal until the end game. Therefore, you don't want that item until the end game. Maybe the enemy team has a bunch of lifesteal instantly. You want it instantly. Again, you have to be flexible in your playstyle. You have to be able to combat whatever comes at you. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please go down, comment that you did, drop a subscription, drop a like, hit the notification button, because I am a daily streamer, or not a daily streamer, I am a daily uploader. With school coming up, I will not be streaming daily. I know it's heavy on my heart as well, but it's just how it has to be. So there's a little tidbit. Actually, I don't think it worked. I'm not going to die. I'm not going to die. I refuse to die. Petrify. Yeah, so as you can see, my health's shooting back up, my health's shooting back down, and she can't get away. She literally cannot get away. That was just a huge demonstration on how broken Hylos can be. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys keep God number one, and I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. Please, take care.